with another amazing episode of Future Jobs Podcast. I'm your host Fahad JobsWala, and I'm student and interview captain at Rehan School Online Academy. Welcome back with another amazing episode where we always invite amazing, super extraordinary individuals from all over the world, the people who are making an impact in the world and they are coordinating with the world to make this world a better place. Today, as I always do, I invited an amazing and very special guest, and Sarahan became the source, behind connecting us with each other, and I'm glad that he connected us. So we are having this podcast finally. So Robin Hughes, a synergistic catalyst, a system thinker, and a global communicator who empowers change makers, bridges cultures, and builds purpose-driven impact. So hi Robin, how have you been?
Good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good, as I always, whenever I invite guests and whenever I'm in the front of my guests, I'm feeling very energetic
Good.
and like because I have an enthusiast in myself that I wanna do as better as I can for my listeners, and you know,
Mm.
and I wanna just squeeze my guest like journey, all
Yep.
that. So Robin, could you tell us about your story? What is your story?
My story. Well, my story. Well, it goes back actually to when I was little. Um, I was a person that really cared about people, and I I took that through my life where I was keen to help people, and when somebody had was upset or had trouble, then I wanted to be there for them and help. So a person that liked to help. But I had health problems myself, partly because of this. And when I was in high school, I I my health got quite bad, and as a result, I was feeling terrible. So I got into um, playing games as a way to distract myself from how I was feeling, so that I could cope. Um, and through that, I I started to think, well, I'm putting all this work into distracting myself from how I'm feeling. I wish that I could learn more, and I wish that I could earn some money, right, from all that effort and work that I was putting in. And and so I started to think about that and started to look and research and find out what people were already doing, particularly on the earning side of things, because the learning side is a little bit more known, more easy. There was plenty of learning games at that time, although they kind of died out a lot, because the reason that learning games became there were less of them and lesser quality was because basically a company bought out one of the main people that supplied the games, learning games, and they flooded the market with cheap games, cheap learning games, which made it difficult for people to compete, right? And as a result, the quality of games went down and down because they were giving free and games for very, very cheap. People couldn't afford to make games to compete with them, and the quality went down. And then learning games just about disappeared. And more recently, gradually over time, they have taken a recovery, and there is more learning games now. In terms of, I think they're called Play to Earn now, but I went and researched that as well. And I'm just very curious, I just keep researching and looking up and finding what different people done, what worked, what didn't work. And so that was based on my own experience, but also I wanted to help other people, right? So I wanted to help other people that are struggling with their health or struggling for whatever reason to be able to be in work. help bridge the gap between learning, like in my case, from school and to paid work. And for other people, when I've worked, and I ended up working, I ended up joining indie game scene as a producer. So I started out helping to organize projects and teams, and then I found myself in creative project management, or otherwise called producing. And yeah, so over time, I've developed and built up skills with that, and through that, when I was working with other people, I was working with other people that some people were students from school, but a lot of them were people at university, or they've left university, or they're hobbyists. And I experienced that there's a lot of people that come out of school, out of study, that don't have the skills for work really yet, which is why that a lot of companies, when they're hiring, they're looking for people maybe with a university degree or whatever, but also 3 years experience. The reason why is because the belief, I don't know, this might not be completely conscious, but the thing is that the longer people have been studying, the more likely they are to pick up the soft skills and other skills for working with other people. So if you at school and you have a good teacher, then maybe they will teach you, you might pick up the skills from them. If you're open to it, if there's a good teacher, they teach it, and you're open to it, you might pick it up. When you go to university, again, you have the right teacher, you have the right opportunities, and you take advantage of them, you might pick them up. So some people go straight out of school, some people go straight out of university, and they can go straight into a job straight away. And they're already in demand before they've left, because people can see what kind of person they are, that they have the skills, the life skills, and that to be able to function well in the workplace. So some people, they're already ready to go, whereas other people are more stuck, right? So in terms of Rehan, school, right? I'm still learning about it, but what I can see is so far is that it's focused on developing the skills ready for earning and for work, which is really good. So the focus on real projects, doing real things that make real impacts, talking to real people, all that aspect of real stuff, dealing with rather than just intellectual knowledge and theoretical stuff that you're actually doing something, and the focus more we focus on skills like learning how to learn, how to work with other people. That's better. So yeah, you're passionate, and you're bringing passion to these live streams. For me, my passion is in how I can impact people's lives through education and through creating tools and processes and systems that support learning, but not just support learning, but support all the way through to work. So if a company, I can also help companies to implement, because I've worked in business process analysis and process analysis. I can create processes and systems for onboarding people into work and training them. And so, yeah, there's a bridge. That's part of the bridge to get people functional and operating well in work, right? And so, yeah, coming across Rehan School and coming across you guys, that's helping me to learn more about what you're doing, and to take on board some of the ideas and processes that you have, and look at how can I help my students, and how can I help students at Rehan as well. How can we make more of a ripple effect? How can we create more impact on students, and then that have impact on their families, and impact on their friends and the people they work with, so that we can have more impact when we work together. So my academy is called Connector Academy, right? Because of the connection element. We're focused on the element of being able to connect with other people. And at Rehan, that's kind of a core component of what you're doing is through the live streams and the little projects and tasks you have is to improve your ability to communicate with real people, right? And to connect with them. And that's what makes a difference, right? Because in terms of quality, um, in terms of what you get paid, it's based on quality and trust. So if you get paid $1 per hour compared to getting paid $200 an hour, the big factor is the ability to trust in the quality of what you can do. Okay, and so when it comes to communication and connection, you need to be able to move up. You need to be able to build that trust and that quality, but very importantly, you need to be able to connect with people on a different level. So a native speaker versus a non-native speaker, what's the difference? So if we can get a non-native speaker to speak like a native speaker, to connect like a native speaker, and to produce quality like a native speaker, then there's no reason why there needs to be a big difference in earning potential, right? If you're delivering the same, then you should be able to earn the same. There might be some perception difficulties, but once you get past that, then there should not be significant difference. So yeah, I'm just throwing a whole lot of my passion and stuff out there. Now I'll take a break and let you catch up.
It's absolutely amazing whatever you're doing, and I would say your Connector Academy, is that correct? Connector, your organization and Sir Rehan's organization is, uh, is somehow they're very similar with each other. The format and the basic vision and the basic goal of behind making the organization is absolutely very similar. So it's absolutely a great work which we are doing. So you've mentioned about the interest of the people, that they are not really interested in learning but they are interested in earning. So is this a helpful for them, to like, can we shift their mindsets? And secondly, putting children's, teenagers in this field, in this, earning concept, is this really helpful for them to think about the earning, to think about earn dollars or money, at this young age? Is this really helpful?
Well, yeah, it's a good point that you bring up about the difference between a love of learning and a love of earning. Um, I think it's important to have a love of learning, not just a love of earning. Um, but um, earning can provide the incentive or motivation to give you the opportunity to focus, to develop your love of learning, right? So the scenario that I'm looking at is like this. There are people, I believe, as my perception, I believe there's people that um, like in Cambodia here and probably in Pakistan as well, there are people that do not go to school because they help their families at home, or they go and do some form of work to earn, to help support themselves and their family, so they have food to eat and they have the basic necessities of life. So they're focused on earning because they don't have a choice, right? And what I want to see is we um, take that need for them to go and do other paid work away by paying them to study. Okay, so you think about it. If you are a poor kid and your parents they say no, you can't go to school today because we need you to earn money, right? And it can be not necessarily, maybe they're going to school, but after school, instead of studying, they're working, right? And so if the scenario changed where they were earning money from studying, then the parents would want them to go and study, right? Because when they study, they earn the money that they need to be able to survive, right? I think in terms of more generally what students often want is they just want to have fun, right? They just want to have fun, and learning and earning is not necessarily, especially wealthier kids, well, kids from wealthier families, they just want to have fun. And so, how we can use fun is we can give them fun experiences where they have the opportunity to learn and earn, right? And that can help to shift the mindset across. Because having fun, it's great in the short term, but it's not fulfilling in the long term, right? If you're not improving yourself, then your sense of self-worth may go down over time. So you may find if you're worrying about money and you're worrying about your future, then that's going to eat away at the fun. It's going to eat away at your experience. So importance to learn and improve yourself, and the importance of being able to earn, even if it's not now, but in the future, is valuable, right?
Exactly.
So the focus for me is on learning, especially when young, but if we can at least take away the disincentive from learning, right? If we can make it so that financially it's more worthwhile to learn than not learn. We don't want people working instead of learning, right? It's good if they can learn, work, and play at the same time, but we don't want them to play in place of learning and working, right? So it's a matter of, and we also want them to take care of their well-being. So if people are sacrificing their well-being in order to achieve the others, then that's going to have a negative impact over time.
Exactly. That's really wonderful, and you know that would be really wonderful and a great helpful answer for the listeners who think about this and who are still confused about this. As our world is being changed, the people's mindsets are also very changed. The people who thinks in a certain way in 90s, we don't have such people. We have different mindsets. So yeah, and our world is now look um, more helpful in the earning, instead of looking at in the learning field. So do you describe yourself as a synergistic catalyst? Can you unpack what that means to you in the context of impact and transformation?
So synergistic is comes from the word synergy, right? So synergistic is an adjective. So to have synergy is when things work together. So when you have different things working together and they create the result is more than the sum of the parts, right? So that happens when you work, like in the workplace, that happens when you have people that have different strengths and you complement each other. And so by yourself, what you can do is limited because you're missing skills that you need to achieve a particular outcome. When you bring the right people together, your strengths and your weaknesses fit together with other people's strengths and weaknesses. They make up for your weaknesses. You make up for their weaknesses. Together, you can produce a result that's way, way bigger than what you could by yourself. So that's synergy. Catalyst. You can look at the kind of the root of what that means, but in terms of how we use it, in the context of people. Catalyst is to do with um, being someone that starts things to happen. Um, it often is not it's something that sits in the background that um, can help kickstart other things to happen. It can help other things to happen. That other things that wouldn't happen by themselves can happen, or can happen more easily, because there is this catalyst in the background. There's this something that helps to kickstart, helps to make the reactions and the action and that to happen. So that's what's behind it, is this idea of synergy, which is relating to connection as well, right? And catalyst, this kickstarting of things, making things be able to happen and have success. So if I help create an environment, right, where certain things can happen that might not otherwise happen. So if I create an environment for growth and learning, that means that because of the environment that I've created, that makes it easy for people to learn and to grow. If it's if I'm a catalyst for innovation, then I'm making an environment or a situation where there's the environment and there's things needed so that it's easy, if somebody has an idea or whatever, for things to spark and for things to take off and for something to result. When we were talking before, I was thinking about it. It's about outcomes, right? So when you're looking at getting earning from the work that you do, right? Earning a result of your learning, then you're talking about a shorter time frame between your learning and the earning from it, right? So if you normal school, there's a long, long time between when you learn and when you earn from it. So some people that go through all the way through university, they haven't earned anything from what they've learned. And only when they go and get a job do they start to earn, right? And disconnect between of earning, the work output and earning, and the learning, which I believe has a negative impact in many ways, but it means that you're not focused on what's actually going to get results, and you're not doing things and testing and getting the same degree of feedback from the actions and stuff you're taking. Maybe your teacher marks what you're doing, but that is not feedback from employees, co-workers, and customers and clients, right? So it's not the same thing. So if we can, from my perspective, I don't want it so that people are focusing purely on earning money and they're not thinking long term. For me, the focus on earning and success in life is not just a short term, it's a long term thing. So while you are gaining skills and earning money now, or as soon as possible, you're also thinking about, what do I want to achieve long term? What impact do I want to have? What do I need to learn to get from where I am now to where I want to be? So it's not that the impact we make is not all about, it's about what we earn. And for me, making social impact is important, right? So what I want to see is social impacts. We need to be able to earn money so we can survive, and so we have money to be able to invest in our projects and things we want to do. But the output that I want to see is social impacts, is a difference on people's lives, improved lives.
Exactly, amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Earning money is really important in any kind of, for any kind of a person, because if we are not earning enough, we can't survive easily in this world. Surviving more easily in this world is really crucial to have money, enough money. And when you there's an advantage as well when you put your a teenager kid in this feel in this mindset earning money, so when he will be, in some years he will just adopt it, very easily and very quickly, and at 30s, in his 30s or in his 20s, he will be really smart enough to earn money, and he will easily find ways to earn money. So absolutely amazing, and thank you so much, Robin, for giving me your precious and valuable time for the podcast. And it's really honor for me recording this amazing wonderful session. Thank you so much, viewers, for watching and listening to us. Inshallah, meet you soon with another amazing podcast with another amazing guest. Till then, stay peace and take